The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 127 until 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following parishes in Louisiana. Extreme southwestern Louisiana. The following counties in Texas, Orange, and Jefferson. Remember, a tornado watch means that conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to WheelerYT, commercial radio, and television outlets and internet sources for the latest severe weather information.
Heading east on I-20, heading towards Monroe, Louisiana, where we believe the best shot to possibly see a tornado, 35% hatched risk, and see what we can find out there. But yeah, nice supercell right in front of us, really nice. Obviously no rain right now, but the closer we get towards Monroe, there's some lightning right there, but the closer we get, the more we're going to start to see some weather go down. Should be very interesting. Oh, look at that. Whoa, whoa, look at that. Look at that. Lightning is starting to get right in front of us. We're like 42 miles west of Monroe, Louisiana. We're already starting to see some lightning, man. And I'll tell you what, the closer we get, the more the weather's going to pick up. We're going to have to start recording again once we get a little closer. But I'm going to go ahead and end the camera now because I really got to focus on driving. I cannot record right now. See you guys later.
Welcome back to KSLA 12 severe weather coverage. Got a line of severe thunderstorms from Jonesboro to Bastrop, but the area we are watching real closely is this isolated discrete supercell over Monroe. We have ongoing rotation right over Monroe, right on top. Not the strongest level of rotation, but it is definitely trying to get itself together and become more balanced. But this storm will continue to move northeast. Got the track on the screen. Take a picture if needed. Not a bad idea. To our viewers in Bastrop, this rotating storm will be in your area in the next 20 minutes or so. I expect this supercell to maintain itself extremely well as it heads up north. Still a very healthy storm, and with a favorable environment like today, if it gets itself together, things could go tornadic. Not there yet, but again, as it moves closer to Bastrop and with the environment, there is no ruling out the possibility of a brief tornado. But we're also going to watch to see if some convection clears ahead of the supercell. And the wind shear is still extremely strong. Again, I believe this supercell will maintain itself well and long, especially if convection clears ahead. No tornado warning is issued as of now, but the capabilities of producing tornadoes, and some significant and long, are still high. Real quick, folks, we received a photo of the supercell right over Monroe. Wow, look at that. This thing is a prolific hail producer. Hopefully everyone has their property in order, cars are in the garage, any yard necessities are stored away safely, because hail damage is definitely expected. And with the severe thunderstorm warning, we have golf ball sized hail. We are going to continue watching this storm when we return. Stay with us, folks, as we continue live coverage.
Folks, we have a tornado warning now in effect for Bastrop, Louisiana, which includes central Morehouse Parish. This is a radar-indicated threat. The warning is in effect until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This is the same rotating cell we have been watching, and it looks to continue moving northeast. Going to circle our area of rotation so you know exactly where this is. There we go. Okay, so right there. That is where the tornado is on radar, and it is expected to move northeast. Now remember, this is a radar-indicated threat. A tornado is not on the ground at this moment, and frankly, I don't think this particular cell will maintain strength very long. But my concern is it may recycle and could produce something else near Bonita. This is a cyclic cell that can produce multiple tornadoes, also known as a tornado family. But this is expected to weaken temporarily before maintaining more strength. But do take shelter. If you are in the polygon, don't downplay anything. Everyone should be indoors and away from windows. I also would not advise trying to go looking for this, as it may be rain-wrapped. Heavy rain can hide tornadoes, and of course, driving on flooded roads is always incredibly dangerous. Remain indoors and keep away from windows.
You are listening to No All Hazards Weather Radio. Station WXJ96 in Monroe, serving Morehouse Parish, streaming from a transmitter in Bastrop. This station broadcasts from the National Weather Service office in Shreveport. The current time is 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
The National Weather Service spotter report across the Monroe listening area. Hail report. Monroe, spotters report up to 1 inch. Brownsville, spotters report around an inch. Richwood, spotters report 1 inch. Claiborne, spotters report 1.5 inches of hail. Sterlington, spotters report up to 1.5 inches. Bastrop, spotters report up to 2 inches of hail. Wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour have been reported in Monroe, Claiborne, and Bastrop. Reports of limb damage and minor hail damage have come in. A tornado warning has been issued for the following parish: Morehouse, until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
So far we have been pretty lucky with these storms. Not even close to being as bad as anticipated so far.
Don't hold your breath, partner. We ain't done yet.
I know, man, but so far this is looking pretty weenie. The SPC probably pulled the gun on a moderate risk too soon.
To be fair, we are still fairly early in the event. I suspect in the next hour or so, these cells will start booming.
Well, actually, radar is showing a little tornado signature near Farmerville. There are multiple supercells in northern Louisiana.
That is the one I was telling you about. It had that firepower. Let's go get it.
All around us, just the absolute perfect environment for healthy long-track cells for northern Louisiana. I am surprised this is only the second tornado so far.
Northern Louisiana is where it's at today. I have no idea why the entire state is under a tornado watch. Nothing tornadic is likely down near New Orleans. Alexandria? Maybe? Not likely. But possible. Southern Louisiana, though. Just not enough in my opinion. But you never know.
Well, brother, guess we will just have to ride it out and chase the feeling.
We do it just like our daddy did, don't we?
Hell yeah, we do.
National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a tornado warning for Central Union Parish in north-central Louisiana until 3:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:05 p.m., National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado 9 miles southwest of Park Bay, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. The tornado will be near Farmersville around 3:10 p.m., Salem around 3:18 p.m., and Quigley around 3:24 p.m. Trained spotters report wall cloud and tennis ball-sized hail. The safest place to be during a tornado is in a basement. Get under a workbench or other piece of sturdy furniture. If no basement is available, seek shelter on the lowest floor of the building in an interior hallway or room such as a closet. Use blankets and pillows to cover your body, and always stay away from windows. If in mobile homes or vehicles, evacuate them and get inside a substantial shelter. If no shelter is available, lie flat in the nearest ditch or other low spot and cover your head with your hands.
Wow. You could hear it clearly. Zoom in on that. Good God, man. You can see the debris. That is crazy. Holy shoot. Whoa.
Certainly terrifying, but incredible. Thankfully, we are all safe here on my end. It was a strange-looking tornado, but extremely powerful, and a pretty good-sized one, too. Not anything like a wedge, but it was certainly no little one. I can confirm we have a great deal of tree damage all across the area, and quite a bit of trees were uprooted and tossed into streets. We have very little structural damage, thankfully, but a citizen reported a damaged barn and just ravaged vegetation. Quite the mess, for sure. As far as injuries go, we haven't had any reports of injuries or fatalities as of now. Most of the structural damages were little barns, storage sheds, and there was a mobile home that sustained a good amount of damage. A spotter's video also showed a blown transformer in the distance. A lot of neighborhoods are without electricity right now, and might be for the next couple hours. We are still waiting for more damage reports, but what we have so far is mostly heavy tree damage. We are also watching closely on radar another rotating storm south of Ruston. Things are starting to fire up now across north central Louisiana. We will be watching this very closely, not sure if this will produce or not. We have seen a lot of rotating storms fire up, but only a couple have produced tornadoes. So far, we haven't seen the production many expected, but as long as the environment remains unstable, we will have more opportunities for these mesocyclones to drop more tornadoes across the area.
Dude, look at that mothership cell. That is terrifyingly amazing.
The National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a tornado warning for South Central Lincoln Parish in North Central Louisiana until 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:37 p.m. Central Daylight Time, National Weather Service meteorologists detected a tornado 11 miles southwest of Ruston, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. In addition to the tornado, this storm has a history of producing large hail and destructive straight-line winds. Locations in the warning include Woodville, Ruston, Beauregard Court, Plantation Hill, Douglas, Mineral Springs, Rock Corner, and Sedarian. A tornado may already be on the ground. Take cover now. Move to a basement or the lowest floor of the building. Evacuate mobile homes and move into a sturdy shelter immediately. If no shelter is available, lie flat in the nearest ditch or other low-lying area and cover your head with your hands and protect yourself from flying debris.
The National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a tornado warning for central Lincoln Parish in south central Louisiana until 4:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:48 p.m. Central Daylight Time, law enforcement was tracking a large and extremely dangerous wedge tornado moving through Ruston, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Law enforcement and trained spotters report multiple buildings in rubble and neighborhoods severely damaged. Authorities warn that this could be a developing mass casualty situation in Ruston. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. This tornado has not weakened in the slightest and is on par for numerous other areas in and outside the Ruston area. Locations in the warning include Beauregard, Plantation Hill, Douglas, Mineral Springs, Rock Corner, and Cedarton. Mobile homes should be evacuated immediately. Move quickly to a basement or underground shelter. If no basement is or underground shelter is available, seek shelter on the lowest floor of a building in an interior hallway or room such as a closet. Use pillows and blankets to cover your body, and always stay away from windows.
So much damage all across these neighborhoods and little communities in and around Ruston. This was a monster that came through, nothing else you can call it, just absolutely awful and terrifying situation unfolding. We continue to get reports from police about a potential mass casualty situation in the wake of these storms, and we all saw the photos of the tornado moving through the town. It is so terrifying how dark it is in Ruston right now. It is almost 4:00 p.m. in May. It should not be this dark at all, but it looks as if a total solar eclipse is in town, or it is nightfall. So much damage and debris from this tornado just wrapped in thick smog and smoke. Of course, the skies are always darker in storms, but all of that piled up along with it. It's just an unbelievably eerie scene. I dread to see the clear pictures of the aftermath. Just please keep these people in your prayers this evening.
Well said, Bernie. You know, it's awful to hear about all the destruction, and then you hear about potentially large numbers of victims. It's just so tragic. We have yet to see any photos of damage. Do you have any that you could share with us?
No, I do not. All I have at this moment are the police reports and what residents are making public. Obviously, we don't want to risk spreading false information, especially on situations like this. But from what I have heard and what is being reported, it is certainly not good. We've been told of a couple neighborhoods completely damaged, some homes leveled, and there are tons of injuries being reported as well. It's just an awful situation, and I fear it's going to get a lot worse. We certainly hope for the best, but from everything I am hearing about, just not good at all. And for those of you wondering, this is law enforcement confirmed information. This is not hearsay information. This is extremely serious, and this thing is not done at all.
Absolutely. Looking at the radar right now, this is still pretty significant, and the tornado is still on the ground. From what the latest scan shows, it may have slightly weakened, but that doesn't mean it's safe. We need everyone to remain in their shelters until the warning has expired. This is still an incredibly dangerous tornado ongoing, and there are quite a bit of communities in the path. Everyone should be in a safe place by now. Oh, goodness. I just noticed. We're a little too zoomed in here on our map. But Downsville, don't worry, this will not reach you. So, we will return with more weather coverage after the commercial break. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Just horrific. Anyways, folks, we have new information in, and it's very sad news for all of our viewers. Both law enforcement and local hospitals have confirmed that 29 people are dead in the Ruston tornado. Repeating, 29 people have been killed in the Ruston tornado, and the toll is expected to rise. 29 people. Just awful. There aren't many words a person can use to describe anything like this. Just terrible. What else can you say? It's tragic. My heart absolutely aches. For the families, for the victims, for Ruston, for everyone. You see the unbelievable destruction in Ruston. These are sights you see in battles. Not much words, folks. This is a time where we all need to come together in support of the people of Ruston, in prayer, in funds, in reconstruction, in any way possible. These people need our help. Me and my team here at KTBS 3 will be setting up donations for the people of Ruston. I urge all of our viewers to donate to the KTBS 3 Tornado Relief Fund as soon as we get it launched. We will also be accepting volunteers for cleanup and community service in Ruston. We thank any and all contributors who spare us time to help a community in pain. Obviously a lot of work to be done, but you all make a difference when you come together to help others. Call us and email us via our website if you are interested in joining our community relief team. All applicants will receive a free gift for their services to our communities in need.
I really can't even begin to describe the pure, unimaginable horror that I had to go through watching absolutely everything in downtown Ruston. Almost everything. 90% of the city just destroyed. How on earth could a tornado, even one as big as we see, make an entire wide city look like a war zone? I don't understand how it happened. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a supernatural thing, but that is not normal. The death toll is nearing 100. All this information just coming in quicker than we can even think. This is pure horror and tragic. I don't even know how long it will take to recover from this. It certainly won't be quick. But I do promise, as long as I am breathing, I will help these people. This might be the worst tornado in Louisiana history, and I am not joking. I fear the numbers are just going to get worse. They're just going to get worse. I wish I could have done more to warn people. I wish I could have done more to help people, but I failed. I failed. Nearly 100 people are dead. I think I'm just going to end it here. Just pray for Ruston. Thanks.
Right in front of LSU's Tiger Stadium. I have seen a lot of supercells before as a chaser, but I gotta say, this is one of my prettiest captures ever. Love the view, man. Will it produce? We'll see. But gorgeous for sure.
A lot of severe weather across the state today, but focusing on southern Louisiana, we have a tornadic potential severe thunderstorm over Baton Rouge right now. So northern Louisiana has been the main threat today, but it looks as if things are starting to fire up in southern Louisiana.
Yes, and I do want to point out that this is a strong rotating thunderstorm with a 90% probability of tornadic development in this cell. The tornado watch was extended to 7 p.m. for southern Louisiana. There was a lot of doubt early on about the environment performing well in southern Louisiana, but clearly we are starting to see some action.
So the areas between Lake Charles and New Orleans need to start preparing now and make plans accordingly in case disaster strikes. Thankfully, the environment is not nearly as violent in this area as it was in northern Louisiana, but we still have a considerable tornado threat. So make plans on where to go if a tornado warning is issued. Gather emergency supplies and anything you need in the event of an emergency.
John, just in. Tornado warning for Baton Rouge and surrounding areas until 6:15 p.m.
Well, that was fast. Folks in Baton Rouge, go ahead and head to your safe room now. There is a tornado warning in effect for the area.
This is a statewide broadcast of the Louisiana Emergency Alert System. This is not a test. Please stand by. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Governor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. This is not a test. A state of emergency has been declared by the Governor in Louisiana in response to the catastrophic disaster in Ruston because of the violent tornado that came through. The situation is still very dire. The death toll in Ruston has reached 113, with injuries up to 203. Authorities report an additional 89 residents unaccounted for. The tornado has left death and devastation in its wake. 87% of the town's structures have been destroyed. The tornado itself leveled everything in its path. However, the widespread devastation outside of the direct hit was in result of thrown vehicles, mobile homes, trees, and other damaging debris that scattered across Ruston. Search and rescue are continuing in efforts to recover injured persons and pets. The National Guard has been activated to help evacuate and recover people trapped in damaged buildings and storm shelters. All residents are being asked to remain in their shelters until given instruction by local authorities. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Evacuations of Ruston will be conducted by the National Guard as soon as possible, as the area has been severely damaged and is unable to function properly at this time. All travel to Ruston is now restricted. If you are traveling on Interstate 20 or other routes, please find another route around, as the area is impassable. Please remain tuned for more information on this dangerous situation.
Today is an awful day, not just for Ruston, not just for Louisiana, but for our entire nation. An unspeakable tragedy, with an unprecedented amount of damage and deaths, has occurred in our country today. In the worst tornado in Louisiana history, 113 dead and 300 injured. 113 people have lost their lives due to the horrible tornado that rampaged through Ruston, Louisiana. These were 113 people who had lives. They were fathers, mothers, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, sons, daughters. And these beautiful angels were taken from us today. My fellow Americans, not only is there a community and state hurting and mourning, but our country is mourning as well. Let us all mourn together. Come together as a country united. Stand and support the people of Ruston, and always remember and honor the beautiful lives we lost on this tragic day. From this day forward, I have decided to create a yearly event for May 13th, a day of service and love, in honor of the victims, a day where we as a nation must come together and provide honor and service to our local communities. The only way we as a species can prosper together is to stand together. And today, we stand with the people of Ruston. You are not alone. Your suffering is burdened in our hearts as well. I will work tirelessly to provide aid and everything I can for the people of Ruston. In your time of need, we are there. Never forget that we are with you. Thank you all for listening. God bless Ruston. God bless you all. And God bless America.